Yeah, I just got through watching a video comparing black American girls to East African girls. And the person who made the video forgot to leave out one key difference, and that is East African girls, East African women are extremely prejudiced, especially when it comes to dating. They only date their own. And for those of you guys who don't know, East African, Ethiopian, Eritrean, or Somalian, and they are indeed very, very beautiful women. Now, I went to the page of the person who made the video, Speak the Real 411, and his wife is Ethiopian, and she's very beautiful. However, he is one of the very few African American men, if he's African American, that has an Ethiopian wife. Because as I stated before, they tend to date their own. Now, I've lived in D.C., I lived in Seattle, I live in California, and I've been around a lot of East African people, tons of them, to know that they do not, in general, date African American men. Not because they don't find them attractive, not because they're not compatible emotionally, mentally. It's because their family pushes them, puts pressure on them not to date African American men. In fact, it's so bad that a lot of East African families will disown their daughter. Disown. Get rid of their daughter. Kick her out of the house. Never talk to her again. Okay? They will disown their daughter if they date an African American man. Now think about that for a second. Just think about that. We're all black. Ethiopian, Eritrean, Nigerian, Liberian, African American. We're all black. Why is there so much divide in the black community? Hell, can you believe that it's more likely if I was dating a white girl, that her family would accept me more than an East African family? The white girl's dad may get mad, but he wouldn't disown her. East African family? Shit. He will disown her. And if the African American man and the East African woman have a baby, they will not acknowledge the grandchild. This is extremely, extremely sad. Now, let me tell you, these are some beautiful women. Now, I think that every country has beautiful women, but East African women, they possess this unique beauty. And like I said, I live in an area where there's a bunch of East African women, and I approach them, we have a nice conversation, but it gets to point A but don't get to point B. And it's not because of me, it's not my personality, it's none of that. Most of them are straightforward. They say, oh, I only date Ethiopian or Eritreans or other Habashas, my family is very strict. That's the norm. It really is. And like I said, if you think about it, it's really silly because we're all black. Now, yeah, I mean, there's different cultures, but still, it's pretty sad when, white parents would accept me more than black parents, East African parents, so. And I'm wondering if any of you black African American men have had this experience too, where you see a hot Ethiopian or a hot Eritrean chick, and you approach her, and no matter how smooth you come, she want nothing to do with you. And if you do get to point A, you don't get to point B. won't be seen out in public, or you just strictly phone conversations, So I'm just curious about that. I've talked to other buddies who were African American. They had the same issues. So and I've talked to a few women, East African women, and they say, oh well, it's just cultural pride. Well, I don't think it's cultural pride. I think it's just outright prejudice. Let me know what you guys think.